In 1985, my three brothers and myself started Bahler Brothers. We were a hardscape company, built an amazing company to 35 plus guys over 35 years, and we never sent out a bill for 4 months in the winter. We didn't plow snow. We simply made our living doing hardscapes for 8 months. So did this happen overnight? Absolutely not. So for years we plowed snow, we did stonework in the wintertime, we did all these different things trying to pay the bills, and we realized that wasn't the problem. The problem was we needed to be more efficient when we were working in season to be able to pay our bills, be profitable, and be able to only work those 8 months. There were 5 major things that we did that made us successful in those 8 months. So number 1, probably my greatest passion, tools. I loved in the wintertime taking that time to weld, cut, torch. We were making tools early on to eliminate labor strain, which our industry is full of. So this was an amazing thing that helped us retain our help and give guys a quality of life after work. For an example, a life-changing tool that I developed was our BL450. We were doing a lot of Versalock block. It was one of the first major blocks to come into our area, an 82-pound standard. I'm a small guy. I was ripping myself up trying to move these heavy blocks day after day after day. And one winter I developed the BL450. I could take an excavator, I could sling 3 blocks into place at once, slide it, spin the middle one, and slide it. Nobody was picking block anymore. And the list of guys that we wanted to join our crew on the wall crew, it was amazing. Because these guys, where we took a job that was grueling, all of a sudden it was all mechanically based. And to this day, that's one of our most popular products for getting products from pallet to pavement in the wall industry. Grabbing anywhere from 2, 3, even up to 6 products at a time and getting them on the wall effectively. All right, enough of tools. I'm gonna move on to number 2. Standard operating procedures, SOPs. This is something that we were developing years before we even knew what that term meant. And we would always say, we need standard operating procedures, take a guy off the street, show him exactly how the task is done, and then we're able to scale our company that way. If you train every employee the exact same way on a certain task, now things are being done effectively, efficiently, and everything's being done to a certain standard. You don't lose the quality, nor do you lose the efficiency. So it was amazing how we were able to transition our company, grow our company without losing speed or quality. I'm gonna move on to number 3. This is one I love to talk about. We had specialized crews, maybe a little bit different for our industry, but I always use this term. I said, when you have a brain injury, you wouldn't go to your general practitioner. You'd go to a brain surgeon. And that's exactly what we did in the hardscape industry. We kind of broke it down for all these different specialties in our industry. For instance, we have dig out crews that go in, that's all they do is they dig out, they prep, they place the pavers around, do the final grade, they paint everything out, then they pull out. Then we have install crews. All they're gonna do is load on bedding material, head out to the job site. Their trucks are totally set up with everything they need. They screed, they lay, they cut and fit, they edge, they sweep, they compact, they wash in. That's all that crew does. We have crews that do light landscaping. We have crews that do walls. That's all they do is retaining walls, all the verticals. Whether it be big retaining walls, whether it be grill islands, whether it be fire pits, they'll concentrate on all those specialty areas there. We also have crews that'll do the A to Z, some of these large projects, multiple levels, where you need equipment on a job site, so we do. We have crews that'll actually run that job from start to finish. But it's amazing because all the trucks are set up very specific, as well as the crews. And they're doing the same thing day after day after day, and that becomes extremely profitable. Number 4, what did we do for those 4 months? I'll tell you what we did. That was the time that I loved. We would shut down literally the entire company from a week or 2 before Christmas till February 1st. Us 4 brothers would come back, and then some of our key employees like sales and some of our shop help would come back. But we were cutting, we were torching, we were making all these products, these great tools, these great systems, dissecting our company. It was a time of purchasing. We'd buy new equipment, we'd buy new trucks, and we'd focus on what is the best piece of equipment for the job. Trucks, I'm not as big of a fan because a lot of times they sit at the curb all day. You're not making money sitting in the driver's seat. So I would focus on what's the equipment, what's the tools we need to purchase, we need to build, we need to buy. So that was kind of my focus. And again, all our staff would be laid off for that winter months, and then they'd come back April 1st, and it was go time. Trucks were set up, crews were set up. You know, we would take those trucks, we would lay them out. So all the tools had a specific spots. When you opened up the side compartments, every tool was laid out. You knew exactly where those products went. We would take our trailers, we would cut chains to proper length, and we'd color code them. You know, sometimes my brother Lloyd does a lot of the prep work. He stays ahead of 4 crews installing flat work. So he's on a job site. Sometimes he's in and out of a job 3 times a day on different job sites. If he's doing small walks, he's constantly binding his equipment down, getting things set up. Everything has its place on the trailers. Everything's color coded. The D-ring on the trailer's color coded. The D-ring on the equipment's color coded. The binder, everything goes together. So you can get anybody on a job site and say, hey, lay out the chains. They know exactly where every chain goes. So you can bind down your entire load in less than 10 minutes. It's an amazing process. So these are the things we would focus on, having everything have a place, because time is money, let's face it. An opportunity cost, which you've heard me speak about many, many times. If it takes you 10 minutes longer to do a task, you've lost 20, because extra 10 you spent, you could have started your next task. Those are the things I'm talking about that can save tremendous money, focusing on in the winter, so you reap the benefit in the on-season. So number 5, I want to focus on now is our reputation. This did not come overnight. It took years of building a company, building a reputation, but we built a company in such a way that we had a reputation that even when we went out to jobs and we bid them, there were times we were $10, $15, even $20,000 more than the closest bid, and yet they would look at us and say, I can't hire anybody else but you guys. So we would win over our customers by our systems, our processes, our quality. We have an amazing designers, several designers that are doing this incredible work, and yet we have the quality to back it up, and people invest in that. They trust you. You build trust with your customers. We have an amazing portfolio of products. We have a customer reference list that is, I don't know how thick it is, from over all the years of all the jobs that we've done, with the name, the town, what we've done actually in these people's yard. It's just an incredible process. Again, it's taken time to build, but it has been an amazing run, and our customers absolutely love us, and we're thankful for that. Like I said, it took time to do that. And again, the mindset of realizing that quality does come first at no matter what cost. You need to do the job right, you need to do it efficient, and you can charge for it. People are willing to pay for quality. That's why people buy Lexus, Ferrari, Mercedes. There's a reason why. Some people like that quality and they're willing to pay for it. There's one thing that I always say, if you can't afford to do it right the first time, how do you ever expect to afford to do it right the second time? Most contractors are trying to struggle through the winter, trying to pay those bills. The real opportunity is maximizing your efficiencies in the in-season. We didn't try to work more months. We made the months that we worked more profitable. Thanks for sticking around, watching this week's Tip of the Week. You can always click on the links below or the link on the screen to check out more videos. Also, check out your local dealer. Many are a stocking dealer now around the country. You can see our tools in person there. You're still here? Click the video on the screen. That's what most contractors watch next. Look forward to seeing you next Friday for our Tip of the Week.